Hello, welcome back to Blender Sushi Live Nodding. In this episode, I'm gonna be showing you the creation of this artwork. This was actually based on a work by Carl Burton, and the work is actually looking something like this. So I'm inspired to make this because I know the fact that most of the artwork, most of the assets here are actually something that can be made procedurally. And we can easily do that using nodes, and it's a good study. Okay, so this is the result, and we can because this is kind of like real time, we can play around with the shadows, things like that, and I think it's pretty neat. We can play back, and we have this animation as well. It's not 100% like that, but we have most of the things happening here. So let's take a look. Let's see if I can still break this down. Normally when I build anything with nodes that need all the dependency from the previous one, I name it from A to Z. So I actually started from alpha. Let me get rid of some of the coloring. So turn on selection if I can. Okay, I think the color is too bright. Okay, I'm selecting that part. The world. Probably better like this for now. So alpha. So I started with that. That's actually just 3 faces from 6 faces of a cube that's already been solidified. And let's try to find it out. Okay, so this is the first one. I can still control the shape. So ideally, if I do that, the rest of the elements goes with it. But I think just keep it like that for now. Okay, this part can extend, and also this part can do that. So that's the first one, and then I have to solidify. As you may already guess, there's a lot of Boolean is being used here. So from this object over here, we have Boolean. We differentiate with beta, which is I hide over there. So the beta is actually the most interesting one in this one because we have to think a little bit. So this list input, list split, and list item actually simply just turning on and off the side of the cube. And yeah, so let's continue. So we have alpha, beta. Let me turn on beta. Let's go have a look at beta. So beta is this, and we also have D over here. Beta is actually a collection of ring and circles. Ring and circles that's been solidified. So that's originally a circle, so I can have different part for the center and this ring. So I can have multiple ring. And yeah, that's beta. And alpha minus beta, we have this one over here. Let's continue with C. Okay, C is this just multiple blocks that's being cut by the cylinder. So box, oops, that's being pulled, and it's being arranged like a line. Okay, and this become the cutter for not actually C is actually what it is, and it's being cut by D. All right, so that's that, and then the rest of them is, yeah, you can already see this is like a circle. This is F. Let's find out about F. So F is basically a circle that's being half and factory wire to just change the axis, and then I have rotation, and there's this inset and distance should be 0, so make inner off. We get thickness, line actually is an interesting one. We can have the one with number of steps. So suddenly we have a different scene already, and it's actually really interesting idea. I know you might think, okay, this is slightly complicated, but it's not really super complicated. It's actually a lot of them is just requires a bit of different thinking. If you think about it, like if you can actually code everything, every single elements primitive here is something that you can code using Python in Blender. But with the nodes, it's almost like, okay, if you code it, imagine you have to type everything and then have to code everything and make changes using code. But with nodes, you have just parameters that you can work with. It's actually a lot easier. And sphere, yeah, I think it's kind of nice. It tells a story. I really like the work by Carl Burton. If you look under media, you can see the basic elements, geometry, but it gives you a story with the atmosphere and fog. It's a almost alien-like feeling. It's actually like it's reminds me of Sin City comics as well. Like this one, what is this? This with the play of the shadow and the rain. This is beautiful. Yeah, try to recreate that procedurally if you like with SvecChalk. That's a good practice. Maybe yeah. So if we open the scene with all the yellow background and the shadow, and then this rotating turbine. I didn't talk about the rotating turbine. I think I can do better there. But yeah, I like the idea of somewhat a way to procedurally build a room. Don't build a world, just build a room. Maybe like a garage, a simple square box where you can start to think what you're gonna put inside the box of the garage, how you paint the wall and the ceiling and the floor of the garage. Small box, and you can build from there. Yeah, I think it's a really interesting idea. So, all right, hopefully you find this useful. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Bye.